Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with more Memories Dogma. So let's find out what's going on with this, what Kakeru is trying to do, and why our memories don't match up with Sorano's. And before we start that, let me know what you guys think of this whole chapter, what happens in it, in the comments below. Like it if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's get started. It looked like Sorano. I look back at Sorano within the AR display.
Hiro-kun, 私、おかしくなっちゃったのかな?
Hiroki, is there something wrong with me? Sorano must have gotten worried after hearing my conversation with Kakeru. She looks at me uneasily.
そんなことない。大丈夫だから。
Not at all. You're just fine. I chose my words carefully to try and ease her concerns.
ありがとう。
Okay, thanks. Sorano must have realized what I was trying to do, and she smiled peacefully. At the very least, I was able to tell her the things I wanted to all this time. Thanks to that, I was finally able to think a bit more calmly.
ソラノ、今からする俺の質問に答えてくれ。
Sorano, could you answer the questions I'm about to ask you?
それはもちろんいいよ。けど、またさっきみたいに話が噛み合わなくなっちゃうかも。
Sure, of course I will. But maybe I won't be able to, like the last one.
いいんだ。ソラノは答えられることを答えてくれればいい。
That's fine, just answer what you can, Sorano.
わかった。
Okay, got it. Sorano didn't seem to have any memories of that day at all. Am I thinking about that? A suspicious feeling starts to grow in the back of my mind. I can only think of one way to discern that right now. I take a deep breath.
ソラノは本当に車にひかれたのか?
Why'd you just ask the forbidden question? What? Sorano, were you really run over by a car?
どういうこと?
What?
ソラノ、お前は本当に自分から車に飛び込んだのか?
Sorano, did you really try to jump in front of a moving car? You're not allowed to ask the dead about how they died. In that case, if Sorano didn't die by jumping in front of a car, this question shouldn't be forbidden. It was all just speculation, but it was still worth a shot. Huh?
3年間お前と過ごしてきたけど、正直言ってお前がそんなことをするイメージが全然ないんだ。だからどうしてなんだろうって何度考えても答えが見つからなくて。
In the 3 years I spent with you, frankly speaking, I never thought you'd be the kind of person to do something like that. So I just figured out why, no matter how many times I asked myself. I continued to avoid saying the words of suicide as I questioned her.
ごめん。私にはヒロ君の言ってることわからないよ。
Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about, Hiroki. Sorano looked at me, completely lost. Her expression is completely blank. But the interview hasn't been terminated yet. In other words, it's quite likely that Sorano didn't die by jumping in front of a car. I exhaled slowly. I was worried that the interview might really get cancelled here.
じゃあ質問を変えよう。7月13日、車が近づいてきた時のことを話してくれないか?
Alright, let's change the question a little bit. Can you tell me about the time you got close to a car on July 13th? え?
覚えてることだけでいい。もう一度言う。2030年の7月13日、車がソラノに向かって近づいてきた時のことだ。
Just say anything you remember. I'll ask one more time. On July 13th, 2030, do you remember a car ever getting close to you, Sorano?
車が近づいてきた。
A car? Getting close to me? It feels like the light is slowly starting to return to Sorano's eyes.
ソラノ。
Sorano? The moment I shout her name, she comes back to her senses and opens her eyes.
何か思い出したのか?
Did you remember anything?
やだ、来ないで。
No, stop. Don't come any closer. Sorano suddenly looks as if she's terrified by something and holds her head in both hands, shaking it back and forth.
Sorano?
No, stop!
おい、どうしたんだよ。
Hey, what's wrong? Hirokun! Save me, Hirokun!
俺はここにいるぞ、Sorano!
Well, this is definitely not how it was supposed to work, I'm sure. I'm right here, Sorano. No! Sorano continues to shake her head with a terrified look in her eyes. She can't see me anymore. What on earth is going on here? I desperately called out to Sorano.
どうしたんだよ、Sorano! こっちを見ろ!
What's wrong, Sorano? Look at me, I'm over here. No, don't come any closer. I'm scared.
何があったんだ? しっかりしろ!
Hey, what's wrong? Get a hold of yourself. I think our call was terminated. Suddenly, Sorano's voice turns into static noise, and I unconsciously reel my head back from the receiver. At the same time, the AR display shows Sorano starts to rap.
おい、Sorano!
重大なエラーが発生しました。記憶情報管理者を呼んでください。重大なエラーが発生しました。記憶情報管理者を呼んでください。重大なエラーが発生しました。記憶情報管理者を呼んでください。
I was like that. She's gonna keep going and going. A critical error has occurred. Please call the memory information manager. A critical error has occurred. Please call the memory information manager. A critical error has occurred. Please call the memory information manager. Especially considering how she just was. She looks creepy as heck right now.
Sorano!
Sorano!
重大なエラーが発生しました。記憶情報管理者を呼んでください。重大なエラーが発生しました。記憶情報管理者を呼んで。
I'm just gonna skip that. Hey! She looks so real, as if she were still alive, but Sorano has vanished. All that's left is a mechanical voice repeating the same lines with a frozen expression. The eeriness of it all gives me the shivers. It's almost as if something has simply been mimicking Sorano has broken and revealed its true form.
Sorano! こっちを見てくれ!
Sorano, look at me!
重大なエラーが
A critical error as... The error display fills a static noise for a moment and then simply vanishes.
何なんだよ、今のは。
What the hell's going on? I reflectively drop the receiver and it falls to the carpet with a thud. It's like we were forcibly ripped out of a fairy tale and brought back to reality.
ソラノの記憶がおかしかったということか。
So, does that mean there really is something wrong with Sorano's memories?
俺だってわかんねえよ。くそ。
I don't know. Shit! Kakeru has been watching us while typing on the keyboard this whole time, so he's seen the whole thing, and looks like he is as shocked as I am. The serene feeling of the room has given off was long gone. Everything in here feels artificial, and even the warm, conditioned air feels chilly and tense. This room, always so inhospitable? At my wit's end, I can no longer bear to stand in front of the telephone, so I take a look at what Kakeru is doing. His left screen is filled with dialogue boxes saying stuff like, now copy.
おい、何をする気だ?
Hey, what are you trying to do?
この電話の通話ログにアクセスして、ソラノちゃんの記憶データに割り当てられてる ID を抜き取り、俺の持ってきたカードメディアに記憶データをコピーする。
I'm trying to access this telephone's call log. Find the log to have Sorano-chan's ID and copy them over into my card here. Log? A history of what is done to a piece of software and maintained so the developer and manager can examine during the development phase of error of some sort occurs. Long details which user did what to what and when they did. If there's been any unauthorized access to the system or program investigating the logs is always helpful, although there's no guarantee the logs themselves haven't also been tampered with. So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to find out if someone tampered with her memory.
そんなことができるのか?
You can do that.
コネクトのシステムは星の数ほどある制約に縛られながら何重家なのかわからないほど多くの開発会社が参加して開発されたものらしいから、ところどころセキュリティホールと思われる場所があるんだ。
The Connect Center has tons of restrictions in place on who can access what data, and has a manifold security system that was jointly developed by a huge number of companies, so it should have some security holes somewhere. Like what? When users are able to manipulate parameters they shouldn't and are able to view information they shouldn't have access to, basically it just points to an information security flaw within the software. This can be created by a coding mistake or an oversight of potential expectations that could arise within the program itself that aren't accounted for. It is also possible for someone to have access to the internal workings of the system to create a security hole.
本当なのかそれは。
You think that's really true?
ま、正直なところ、本当かどうかはよくわかんねえ。その知識も、テミスネットの匿名掲示板で集めたもんだし。
Well, I can't say for sure, but I got this information from an anonymous image board on the Themisnet, right? I think I already did this one. No, I didn't. Platform by which all forms of network communication occurred on the MRD, from viewing websites to text, audio, and video chats between users to the exchange of information that happens through SNS platforms. What is SNS? It's what's bugging me. What is that one? I don't know.
何せ、セキュリティホールをつくためにわざわざここに来る人間なんてまずいないからな。
More importantly, there's practically no one that would come all the way here to exploit security holes in the Connect Center.
だって、面会登録されるほどに近しい人が死んじゃったら、普通そんな余計なことを考える余裕なんてないじゃん。
I mean, think about it. If you're close enough to a dead person to be registered to view their memories, you probably are too bereaved to think about trying to hack the system.
だから、それが本当にできるのかどうか、まだ誰も試してないと思う。
That's why no one knows if it can be done. No one's ever even tried it yet.
でもそれって裏を返せば、まだ誰もできないことを確認してないんだよ。
On the flip side, since no one's tried it, you can't say it can't be done either.
なんかそう考えたら、試してみる価値はあるように思えてくるだろ。
Thinking about it that way, don't you think it's worth giving it a shot?
そのための道具を持ってきて正解だったぜ。
I'm glad I brought the tools needed to give it a try.
お前、最初からそのためにこれを
Wait, don't tell me this was your goal for the whole time. Without looking away, Amamiya continues to type into his laptop as he answers.
俺だって、ソラノちゃんが自殺しただなんて思っちゃいない。
I don't think Sorano-chan killed herself either.
何かが。俺たちが知らない何かがあるに違いないんだ。
Something must have happened. Something we're not being told.
そう考えて、ソラノちゃんが死んだ日からずっと、この時のために、こっそり準備をしてきたんだ。
That's why ever since she died, I've been planning for this.
そうだったのか。
I see. When I lost sight of myself and wallowed in despair, Kakeru alone continued to question Sorano's death and continued to investigate the truth. I'm not the only one who's sad that Sorano died. Kakeru is dealing with it in his own way too.
かける。すまない。俺、自分のことばっかりで。
Kakeru, I'm sorry. I was only thinking of myself and...
弱音吐いてる暇があったら、入り口、ちゃんと見張っててくれよな。
If you got time to apologize, you got time to stand watch. Go keep a lookout at the entrance.
ああ、わかった。
Alright, got it. I thought back to my conversation with Sorano as I kept watch over the door. Sorano definitely didn't commit suicide. I want to know the truth. Why did Sorano say we couldn't see each other back then? And why did she have to die? I need to know the truth. As I stay at the laptop as I pray for an answer when suddenly I hear a man's voice say excuse me from the door behind me. I instantly stand up and position myself to block his view of Kakeru. At the same time the door opens, a guy who looks like a staff member wearing a laborer's clothes and a man in a white lab coat walk in. The guy who looks like a staff member smiles at us peacefully, but the lab coat guy behind him is expressionless and stares at us sharply. The guy wearing the lab coat has a nameplate on his chest that reads Isaida Tomoyuki. The staff guy speaks first.
ご面会の途中に申し訳ございません。こちらのお部屋から異常を知らせる通知を受けたものですから、何かお困りのことがありましたでしょうか。
Sorry for interrupting your interview. We detected abnormality in this room, so we came to investigate. Is something the matter? I probably just butchered that word, but I give up. I tried it so many times. I couldn't do it. The staff guy is smiling peacefully, but the lab coat guy, Isaida, is looking around the room intently. The contrast between the two makes it hard to say anything.
それが、 ちょっと音声がおかしくなってしまって。
Well, the sound got kind of weird. I have to buy as much time as possible to keep from guessing what we were really
はい
doing.
はい、なるほど。音声の不調ということですね。もう少し具体的な状況をお聞かせいただけますか。
Yes, I see. So the sound wasn't working properly. Could you please be a bit more specific?
なんだか本人のようで本人じゃないようなみたいな感じで。
Well, it felt like the person's voice wasn't their voice anymore.
本人じゃないような感じですか。
It wasn't their voice anymore, I see.
ええ、なんというか突然よくわからないことを言い出したというか。
Yeah, they suddenly started saying a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense. In order to keep their attention on me, I gave them really ambiguous replies, but soon they would narrow down the particulars. Are you still not done yet, Kakeru? The side who's been silent all this time must have gotten impatient as he suddenly pushes the staff guy out of the way and walks in. Hi. I can't let them see what Kakeru's doing.
ちょっと
Wait. I try to deflect the side away from Kakeru, but he just silently pushes me aside. It'd be odd for me to keep resisting, so I simply let myself get pushed away. I unconsciously glanced back at Kakeru and...
いやー、俺たちは普通にカードを入れて話してただけなんですけどね。
Man, all we did was just put the card in and talk normally too. Kakeru's holding his bag as if nothing happened and forces a smile. Did I manage to buy enough time?
なんか急に音声が途切れ途切れになっちゃって。電源トラブルかなんかですかね。
It felt like the sound was starting to cut in places and stuff. Maybe there was an electrical problem? I thought I glanced sharply at Kakeru, who was just scratching his head and laughing.
端末機の方を確認させていただけますでしょうか。
Excuse me, but could we please examine the terminal?
どうぞどうぞ。
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
恐れ入ります。それではそのまま動かずにお待ちください。
Thank you. Please, don't move until we finish investigating. Okay. As the staff member decided to go to examine the phone, Kakeru moves beside me and hands me the card, the one he used to grab all the data behind his back, and we exchange glances as he signals towards the door. Sorano's memory data. In order not to let them grasp our intentions, I quietly take the card and hold it tightly in my hands. Let's make break for when Sidefeld turns his back to us. I slip the card into my jean pockets and quietly move toward the door. And just as I quietly move to open the door, it happens. This is not good! A siren starts echoing throughout the building. At the same time, both staff members inside turn back towards us.
君たち、ちょっと待ちなさい。
You two, stop right there.
走れ!
Run! As Kakeru signaled, we both left out the room and started running. We burst out in the hallway and run back down the way we came. However, a few guys in security uniforms show up and start running towards us.
こっちで逃げ道を探すぞ。
There should be a way out of this. There should be a way out. Kakeru points to the passageway leading in the opposite direction as he runs. Got it. I run after him. However, we quickly turn into a T-junction, so we have no choice but to pick a direction.
どっちだ?
Which way?
左だ。
Left. Kakeru dashes to the left without any hesitation, and I follow behind him. Ever since the alarm started ringing, it looks like the metal plates have stopped moving. Most of the other customers are standing around confused. We continue to weave between them as we run.
Hiroki, これを見ろ。
Hiroki, look at this. Kakeru pulls out an AR display showing his MRD. A series of 5 circles appear before us, with a 4 and a ring, and the last one in the center is surrounded by others.
コネクトセンターのマップだ。つっても、これまたテニスネットで拾ってきたもんだけどな。
It's a map of the Connect Center. I got this from the Demisnet too.
お前、いつの間に?
When did you?
いいか、俺たちは今この真ん中の円のあたりにいる。
That's not important right now. We're here in the center circle.
俺はさらにこのまま左上の建物の方に向かう。建物をつなぐ連絡通路に非常出口のマークがあるだろう。そこから出る。
Our current goal is the top left circle. You know how the passageways between the 5 buildings all have emergency exits? That's how we make our getaway.
わかった。 じゃあそこまで走れば。
Got it. So if we can make it that far.
いや、ヒロキはこの連絡通路のところで俺と別れろ。
Not quite. Well, once we reach the passageway, we'll be splitting up, Hiroki. Huh?
もしかしたらこの非常出口は普段はロックがかかってて出られないかもしれないだろう。だから俺が先に確認する。
It's possible the emergency exits are locked, right? That's why I'll be going on ahead.
もし非常出口にロックがかかってたらお前に MRD で連絡を入れる。
If they're locked, I'll contact you with my MRD.
おい
Wait a minute.
もし非常出口から出られたら連絡はしない。そこから出て隠れてるからお前はさらに外周を回ってこの左下の建物に通じる連絡通路を目指せ。
If they're not locked, I won't call you. I'll run out and hide, so you need to make your way around to the lower left passageway and escape from there.
ちょっと待てって、勝手に話を進めるなよ。
Wait a minute, don't just decide everything by yourself. Looks like Kakeru, as I say that, and No's expression is dead serious. Looks like he really wants to do this. While we talk, I see from the corner of my eye that our pursuers are starting to catch up. I suppose we don't really have any other options at this point.
もしそこから出られなかったら、お前はどうするんだよ。
If you can't get out from there, what are you going to do?
そうだな。そうなったら捕まるかもしれないな。
Well, I'll probably just get caught then.
おい、それじゃ困る。
I can't just let you get caught for me.
あのな、ヒロキ。さっきお前にカードを渡しただろ。大事なのはあれなんだよ。
Remember how I gave you the card, Hiroki? That's what's important.
だから、お前がとりあえず出られればいいんだ。
That's why, as long as you get out, it's fine.
捕まったってちょっと怒られるだけだ。でもカードを持ってたら取り上げられちゃうだろ。
If I get caught, they'll just scold me a little. But if they find the card too, then they'll get confiscated. Just scolded a little. Will it really be that simple? While still harboring doubts about the plan, the passageway comes into view.
さっき言った通り、お前はこのまま進んでくれ。
Like I said before, just keep running.
わかった。かける。捕まるなよ。
Got it. Don't get caught, Kakeru. I don't know what else to say, so I just give him some words of encouragement.
どっちかっていうと、俺がお前に言いたいセリフなんだよな、それ。
Please, you're more likely to get caught than I am. Kakeru smiles his usual smile.
ソラノちゃんの記憶に通じる大事なデータは、お前が持ってるんだからな。頼むぜ。
You're the one holding Sorano-chan's precious memory data. I'm counting on you.
ああ、これは必ず持って帰る。
Yeah, I'll definitely bring this back safely. I put my hand in my pocket to make sure it was still there.
じゃあ、そういうことでよろしく。
Alright, good luck. And with those words of farewell, Kakeru runs towards the right-hand passageway. The alarm is still ringing hard, and when I look back, I see a bunch of people closing in on me. What the hell, man? Is running away from that room really that big of a deal? As I push my legs forward, I think back to what's happened in that room. The moment Kakeru and I opened the door, the alarm started to ring and the automated plates stopped moving. The moment we left, the security guards started coming after us too. The staff guy and Asida must have expected this to happen when they came to our room and prepared accordingly. But likewise, if we hadn't run when we had, security probably would have caught us by now. And what was it with the weird way Sorano started acting at the end back there? It looked like she was definitely afraid of something. A critical error, huh? All this must have been related somehow. I can see the corner where the passageway turns to the next building. Kakeru hasn't contacted me, which means he must have made it out safely. Or he was... No. Let's believe that he made it out safely. I started running towards the exit as well, but... What? Some more security guards appear from the end of the passageway. I reflexively come to a halt. When I look back, I see my pursuer still a good distance away, but closing quickly. I'm completely trapped. As if I'm trying to blindly run forward, I get caught for sure. Shit. What do I do? Okay. At the moment, my MRD suddenly pops up on an AR display in front of me, telling me I have an incoming call. It says that the call is for an unknown user. In other words, an anonymous call. Where? Just flash this call? It's an anonymous call. Whose register appears unidentified at the point of contact. It also refers to users intentionally hiding their identity for whatever purpose. I guess, yeah, in this time period that would be weird considering you're literally attached to your phone. Is it Kakeru? So this Kakeru, he might actually hide his identity, praying that he has his way out of this. Answer the call.
連絡通路の手前に左に入る道がある。そこに走って。
Right before the end of the passageway is a path to your left. Run into it. I heard a completely unexpected voice on the other end.
は？君は誰だ？
Huh? Who are you?
今は脱出するのが先。そうでしょ。
Getting out is more important than knowing who I am right now, right? Girl's voice. Ignore my questions because she's speaking in a very calm voice. I don't know who she is, but she's right. However,
この通信も罠だったら。
what if this is a trap too? That's a pretty big possibility right now. For someone to anonymously call my MRD at this moment of all times is pretty
強
suspicious.
制はしない。私にも時間がないし。
I won't force you if you don't want to. I don't have much time myself either.
でも、あなたにも守りたいものがあるんでしょ。
But there's something you need to protect no matter the cost, right? Something I need to protect? Sorano's memory is currently in my pocket. Only Kakeru who risked himself to entrust them to me. Thinking I'm giving up, the guards have come to a connecting passageway start to slowly approach me. If I run with all my might, I should be able to make it to the passageway this girl's talking
3
about.
つカウントするまでに入って。3、2、
Make it by the time I count down from 3, 3, 2. Fuck! I run towards the passageway she told me about. It's not like I can think of anywhere else to go. If I'm trapped anyway, I might as well struggle until the very end. Though they're momentarily surprised, the guards quickly collect themselves and run after me. Those few seconds of hesitation are enough for me. I reach the corner before the security guards and turn left. The moment I start to turn, a strong force grabs my right hand and pulls me forward. It turns out to be the hand of an unfamiliar girl. Yeah, I'd definitely say she's unfamiliar, but hi!
さっき MRD で通信してきたのは君か？
Were you the one who just called my MRD? Why did I say something when there's a short one like that? The girl puts her finger to her lips as she continues to gracefully run down the hallway, her hand still holding onto mine.
どこに逃げる気だったの？
Where were you planning to escape from?
建物の連絡通路にある非常出口から外に出るつもりだった。
I plan to leave through the emergency exit and the connecting passageway in the next building.
そう。あのままだと捕まってたわね。
I see. You would have gotten caught that
この
way.
通路は悪意ある人間が不法侵入してきた時のために内装を統一して自分が今どこにいるのかわからなくなるように作られてるの。
The hallways in this building are all designed uniformly and branch out often in order to confuse intruders. I see. Now I think about it, there were forks in the hallway that led left and right when I was running, and all the hallways looked exactly the same.
加えて談話室の配置を工夫して迷路のような構造になっているから逃げるなら内側に逃げた方がいい。
Moreover, all the meeting rooms are arranged in a maze-like layout, so if you're gonna run, stick to the inner parts of the building.
ああ、助かった。
I see.
ま
Thanks.
だ助かってない。
Don't thank me yet. We're still not safe. Now I think about it, this is actually the first time we saw ourselves. I didn't even realize that. Oh, God. I mean, I think we're on the main cover of the starting menu, but like this is the first time we actually see him. Anyway, her voice is rather intimidating. I fell silent.
こっちへ。
This way. I kept running while being led by this mysterious girl. I don't know how far we've run, or even how many corners we've turned now. The siren is still blaring, but at some point I stopped hearing the footsteps of our pursuers behind us. And then finally... I can see the entrance hall spreading out before me. There are a couple dozen people crowding the area. We've returned to the place that Kira and I had come in.
警報は何なの？
Why is the alarms going off?
入り口もロックがかかってるぞ。どうなってるんだよ。
The entrance is locked too. What on earth is this? What's going on? It looks like they've been running away. The entrance has been locked and all the customers are trapped
どう
inside.
やらここからは出られないみたいだぞ。
Doesn't look like we'll be able to get out this way.
いいからこの人混みに紛れるの。この施設の人間も今ここで事を荒立てたくはないはず。
Shh, just mingling with the crowd. The management here won't want to cause a scene with this many people around either. I'm curious, what are you wearing? Oh, she's cute. With a non-committal grunt, I followed her lead. We hide ourselves in a sea of people and wait. Eventually, the alarms finally stops and the announcer's voice can be heard.
先ほど電気系統の不具合による誤作動が発生しておりましたが、ただいま復旧いたしました。皆様にご迷惑をおかけしましたことをお詫び申し上げます。
There has been a malfunction in the electrical system. Power has now been restored and all services are working once more. We are truly sorry for the inconvenience we have caused you all. The moment the announcer finishes talking, the entrance doors are open once more.
チャンスよ。この人たちと一緒に外に出ましょう。
This is our chance. We'll leave with a crowd of people.
わかった。
Got it. We follow the clamor of the crowd and leave the building. Hope my friend's okay. As we step outside, a lukewarm wind greets us. All the people that had previously been trapped inside the building hall all start complaining at once and begin heading back through the park. A mysterious girl starts walking briskly forward, still pulling me along as we fall into the crowd of people leaving.
なあ、君は一体。
Hey, just who are... Just as I ask, I think to glance back at the Connect Center to make sure no one's still chasing us. But as I turn to do so...
ダメ。
Don't. The girl pulls my hand even harder to stop me and look forward all the while.
振り返っちゃダメ。このまま顔を見せずに逃げ切るの。
Don't look back. Get out of here without ever letting them see your face.
わかった。走るか。
Got it. Should we run?
いえ、走ったらかえって目立つ。このまま進みましょう。
No, we'll stand it if we do. Just keep going like this. Her declarations are calm and logical and leave no room to argue. I silently obey and continue walking. Well, now that we made it out, I think that's as good a spot as any to wrap it up. And we'll see what happens to us in the next chapter, or part of the video. So let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Kaze out.